Hello and welcome to the first video of Café 1912. So first of all, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Tony. I'm originally from South Carolina in the United States. I've been living in Chiang Mai, Thailand, where I'm taking a video here right now for the last 4 years with my wife. We are going to be moving in the next 6 weeks. We are moving to Albania. We are starting a coffee shop there. We're moving to a city called Vlor. The reason it is called Café 1912, first of all, K-A-F-E in Albanian doesn't mean a cafe, it means coffee. And 1912 is the year that Albania got their independence, and their independence was in a city, meaning this is where they declared it, was in Vlor. So it only made sense to do something very Albanian in that city, and we want to make sure that everything we do with our coffee shop is going to be Albanian. Even the coffee roasting, we only want to buy from roasters from Albania. So living here in Thailand, this is a unique story. So as of I've only been drinking coffee, my wife and I both, we're both 55. We've only been drinking coffee for the last 5 months. My first real experience with coffee, was during the barista school I did with the SCA, the Specialty Coffee Association. I took that class here in Chiang Mai, really enjoyed it and learned a lot since I was going from zero to my certification. I knew nothing about coffee. In Albania, they supposedly have the most coffee shops per capita. It's not a big country. They don't even have a whole lot of people there. I think there's the population maybe 2.8 million, but there are coffee shops everywhere, which you would think, okay, you're a real bright one. Why would you want to start a coffee shop in a place that has tons of coffee shops? Well, the thing is that Albanians absolutely love their coffee. They drink it all the time, and there's always room for one more. So we are going to go over there and start one. Some of the problems and issues I've found so far is that Albania, if you're not familiar with the country, they were a communist nation for a long time, from I believe it was the late 1940s all the way up until I think around 91. So there wasn't a whole lot going on there. It was very oppressed, as you can imagine. And so what my point is that the infrastructure there, such as internet and information, they're very far behind. So trying to find things on the internet, where do I go to buy this? Where do I go to buy that? Can I get reviews on this? Are few and far between. I'm sure it's going to be improved by leaps and bounds over the next several years. Another thing is trying to figure out a budget for opening up a coffee shop in a foreign country that I've never lived in before is quite difficult. I will give you some things that I was able to accomplish. Maybe this will help you. As a matter of fact, the first thing I'm going to go over with is buying an espresso machine. Definitely don't skip over this one if you are looking to start your own cafe, because this guy delivers these machines all over the world. You're going to see me swatting bugs here in Thailand all the time. So I was searching online to find good used or refurbished machines. And a lot of you are going to throw up red flags and go, oh, there's your first mistake. Hold on. So I was thinking, who knows espresso machines better than the Italians? That's where most of them are made. At least most of the good ones are made in Italy. So I found a guy who has a company. He's had it for over 10 years, and he refurbishes Italian espresso machines. He is Italian. So I contacted him. We were talking back and forth on his website and chatting about all the different machines he has for sale. He is located in a place called Durrës, Albania. So I'm going to link his website down in the description below. But what these guys do is they take an existing machine, and apparently the owner's name is Massimo, and he used to work on machines in Italy. So he goes over to Albania and he refurbishes. They completely take the machine apart. You can go on their website, you can see pictures of it. Each machine taken completely apart. They replace it with original manufactured parts, put it back together, test it, and then sell it. They have really good reviews. So anyway, I ended up buying a machine from them. I went and picked it up from them. They tested it for me and all that good stuff. I watched them use everything, and The model I ended up with is a La San Marco 105E. So it's a little bit older it's still in production, but this one I bought is a little bit older, but it's been totally refurbished. New pump, new boiler, all that good stuff. So if you're asking, well, how much did you get it for, which would be the most important question, I bought that one for 750 euros. We're also going to buy a backup machine, a one group, because I'm Mr. Paranoid. I've owned several businesses before, and I'm well aware you really need a backup to your main, whatever it is. I used to be a photographer. Anytime I did a wedding or real estate photography, I always had 2 cameras, exactly the same. In case one went down, I went to the other one. We're gonna do the same thing with the coffee shop, so we will have 2 of the espresso machines. Now, here in Thailand, I also bought 3 grinders. We're gonna have to get them sent over to Albania. It's just one less thing that I had to look for in Albania. We ended up buying, the main one is going to be a Eureka Atom, which is a grind by weight. I think it's called the 65, which is the size of the burrs. It is a fantastic unit. I've already been using it here in Thailand, playing around. My backup, I got 2 backups, and that is a Malkonig X54, which is, it's kind of a prosumer version. However, I've heard that they're really good as backups, not your main one. So we're going to use a secondary coffee blend for one, and in the other one we will use for single dosing. We bought some attachments to put on there to make it a single dose. So the coffee culture here in Thailand is a lot different than the way it is in Albania. I'll compare the two now. In Albania, you don't really get a coffee to go. In Albania, when you get a coffee, you sit down and you're spending an hour or 2 talking to friends. It is where the Albanians go to meet their friends. They don't go out to dinner as much. They like to go out for coffee. Albanians like a lot of coffee, so they will go multiple times per day, which will be good for the coffee shop. In Thailand, there's a lot of to-go orders, and they're mostly iced drinks. They're a little bit different on the way they both are. Customer service is a lot different from one country to the other, I will definitely say that. In Albania, it's a little bit more rigid, and in Thailand, it's called the land of smiles. You're always going to get the smile factor. A lot of the coffee in Thailand, you guessed it, is going to be coffee beans grown here in Thailand. When you get over to Albania, you're going to get beans from all over the world, obviously, because they can't grow coffee beans in Albania. So that's kind of the big overview of the differences of coffee. I will say Albania loves their espresso. They normally drink an espresso with a drink called raki, which is it's a liquor drink made with wine. Not wine, grapes, but it doesn't taste like wine. It tastes like what I'm going to call moonshine, really harsh stuff, and a glass of water. So you're going to bring them out on a tray. 3 things. Here in Thailand, they're not as big on just espressos. Almost everything's going to have milk in it. That's kind of the biggest difference I could see. And I know in Albania, they do like Turkish coffee, which is something I'm trying to learn how to do at this moment in time. I'm playing around with using the version, I forgot the name of the place. It's a Turkish company. They make this Turkish coffee pot, and it does it automatically. And then I also want to get the sand system, if you've ever seen that before. It's more traditional Turkish. So I'll be playing around with both those before we get started. So stick around on this channel. We're going to have a lot of videos. I'm going to show you every excruciating step, including finding a place, what I'm looking for. I'll take you around with me. And even when we get going and the place is running, I'm going to have the first person point of view. I'll have a camera right here pointing down. You're going to see my barista work in action. We're going to talk about hiring employees. We're going to talk about going to the provider that is in Albania for providing restaurant services, how that goes. So if you're somebody looking to start a coffee shop and you don't have that much experience, well, neither do I. We can learn this together. And if you're a seasoned pro, love to have you subscribe, because we really want your input on things. If you see me screwing up, be like, that is a bad idea, Let me know, give me your experiences, especially when we're talking about, well, more of the integral parts of the coffee making and things like that. Let me know if you think I'm screwing up with anything. Give us any tips, tricks. Got a long road ahead. So this month that I'm filming this is April. We're looking at opening, if all goes well, by October. We're gonna have plenty of videos between this point and that point, simply because there's a lot to do. Furniture, decorating, sound system, point of sale system. I mean, it goes on and on. So anyway, I'm rambling on at this point. I really appreciate you watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. We're a new channel. Please subscribe. Obviously, we could use that help as well. If you feel so inclined, buy us a coffee. There's going to be a link down in the description where you can do that as well, because we need any financial support, as you could imagine opening up a coffee shop in a foreign country with no experience. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.